Welcome to Two Guys, Two Questions, a chaotic, unscripted podcast.
Yeah, surprise questions with no prep.
I'm Ryan Keaton, a real estate guy who's happiest with an ocean view.
And I'm Jarrod Greer, a retro toy fanatic / loather who may or may not have a Batman cape within arm's reach right now.
You definitely do.
You don't know that.
From alligators to vibrators, superheroes to existential crisis, we cover it all.
Plus, every month we'll bring in a mystery guest and try to keep things extra unpredictable.
So if you like spontaneous conversations, French bulldogs stealing the show, and two guys who think they're funnier than they probably are, then you're in the right place.
Yep. Well, enough of this. Let's do this. Two Guys, Two Questions starts now. Back in action. For fuck's sake. What's going on, Ryan?
I don't know. I was admiring your shirt, and then I saw the con thing on the back. But that's an interesting design, and
yeah, it's so this is So it's a comic book grade. It's the lowest possible grade for a comic book.
Gotcha.
0.5. Oh yeah, here. First, say there's always a comic book around here somewhere. As you see, like.
So that's 4.5.
It's a 4.5 over here.
Yep, that's pretty clean.
Yeah, 4.5. Anyway, 0.5 is the lowest actual grade you can get. Anything lower than that is a no grade, NG, which usually means it's missing something significant.
Yep. Cover,
pages, something.
Tears,
bumps of shit. Anyway,
yep.
I have this shirt, and then I have a 9.8 shirt, which is not really the highest you can get, but the highest, technically perfect, I guess. And I use them to reflect my mood a little bit sometimes.
Okay, so
I mean, you know.
So what's got you down?
Actually, nothing. Times are, it's pretty good, pretty decent thing. I just happened to be the first black shirt I dug out of the closet among my 300 other black shirts.
I was going to say you have a pretty specific palette.
Yeah, it's pretty much black and gray, and sometimes like some olive drab, and some basics. I don't venture too far into primary colors or anything.
That's your fashion is specific.
Yeah. So you've probably seen this. I read somewhere at some point that people will say Mark Zuckerberg, just grabbing a name out of a hat, tend to wear the same thing all the time, because if I own 800 black shirts, I don't have to put a single thought into I don't have to waste a single second thinking about what I'm going to wear today.
That's interesting. So that you're just taking one decision off the plate.
Yep.
Right out of the gate. That's an interesting concept that I hadn't thought about, but I guess does somewhat make sense if you're in that.
Yeah. If you're in that category where every second is $100,000 to you or whatever,
Yeah.
Take that. And also one of the traits of, I guess, if you read very much on effective people or on people that manage their time well, is they don't you just witnessed a second ago me arguing with Kat over what we were going to eat. And it was like, one of the things that you can do that will save you a lot of time and energy is just eat whatever is convenient. Just if you're driving down the road and you get hungry, pull in the first restaurant you see.
That's not real healthy.
Well, I understand that, but I'm saying it takes the decision-making process out of the loop. It's like whatever is most convenient at that moment.
I think that's why that meal plans
or meal prepping,
yeah, that have done had such a huge rise in the last several years.
I just don't like leftovers, or I see it as leftovers. I know it's not.
Yeah, it's not leftovers at all. I mean, you're getting fresh food, and then you cook it, and it's only the portion you're going to eat that day.
Yeah, but when I think of meal prepping, though, I think like one of the girls that works for me always brings her food every day in a little Tupperware thing, and she puts it in the microwave or whatever. To me, that's like leftovers. I know it's not, but you made it a week ago, and you're just heating it up.
Well, now most of the meal stuff that comes is you get like an actual piece of meat.
Oh, you're talking about
whatever Daily Fresh, blue plate,
whatever. Shit.
Yeah, but that would require you actually.
My ex-wife signed up for one of those things one time. We got one meal from it, and she made it, and it was pretty good. And then we got about 27 more meals before we cooked another one. And most of it just all went to waste. And eventually we canceled it, you know?
Yep.
Because it requires the commitment of you cooking that shit every day.
Yeah.
It's going to show up on your porch I think it was every other day or something like that.
Yeah.
It's going to show up on your porch, and you have to then commit to, I'm going to cook that today.
But that would eliminate one decision, right? You got that meal. That's what you eat today. That's what comes on Tuesday. Tuesday's meal is there.
How did Tristan take that, by the way? She enjoy it?
Yeah, she seemed like she enjoyed it. She had fun. You know, she's mentioned it multiple times since we've left that she enjoyed it. So.
Jackson said he'd do it again. He was I think he was a little caught off guard by it. Number one, because I didn't really explain to him what we were doing. I just said, you got to be over here. We're going to do a thing.
And the difference was Tristan had watched it.
Yeah.
So she was kind of like knew what was coming.
Yeah. Sometimes it's better with Jackson if you just catch him off guard.
Yep. I felt like he got into it. I mean, I felt like it as it went on. It seemed like he was a little more relaxed, had a little more to say. And, you know, I thought he did a pretty good job once we got into it.
Yeah, he was. He warmed up to it. He'd be okay. You want to talk about Charlie Kirk or not?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's
like I don't know if you want to talk about it or not. If you
yeah,
don't, if you don't, that's fine.
I don't mind talking about it. I mean, I've actually had a few conversations with.
It's just like
the thing
it's
is,
the thing that the overarching thing in the news the last couple of days here. So
my, you know, obviously, I don't want to see anybody get killed. That's just that to me is obscene and ridiculous. Now. But the other side of that was some of the things that he has said. Like he said, well, you know, if we got to have a few deaths, but to have the Second Amendment rights and people will be able to have machine guns and that kind of stuff, then, you know, it's just, I can't remember what term that he used, but he had some cute term that he did for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would have probably been a lot nastier. I mean, I just did not find him to be the best. Yeah, I agreed very little with anything that he had to say.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was just out there, you know, good, bad, or indifferent. He was saying shit that I completely 100% disagree with, but that's his right.
Yeah. So, number one, man, nobody deserves to get gunned down like that in front of your family. I mean, that's just, there's just no good explanation for that in any way. I will say, and man, the internet has been hostile the last few days. It's crazy the shit people are saying on the internet. And here's what I did find just a little bit ironic is people are talking bad, vile shit about this dude. And I'll say he wasn't super palatable for me either, whatever,
Yeah.
But
I also didn't listen to much of his shit.
I didn't either.
It was just whenever there'd be a blurb or something
Yeah.
or whatever pop up, but I didn't sit down and watch a lot of his stuff.
But then conservatives are very pissed off that liberals are talking shit about him. And I think Charlie Kirk's whole stance was say whatever the fuck you want to, whether it pisses anybody or not off or not. Bring it.
Yep.
So I think right or wrong, he has definitely done what he intended to do, which was spark open and honest debate.
Yep.
I don't know, man. But it's just, I talked to Jackson about it last night. And Jackson's, I guess the Charlie Kirks and of the world and Trump and Joe Rogan and all those guys somehow reached Jackson's crowd a lot. They did an excellent job at reaching the 20-year-old dude.
Well, and I think that's because of the Charlie, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and Jackson, he was moved by it yesterday, man. He said, I've lived on the internet my whole life, and I've seen crazy shit all the time. But he said this really bothered me on a really strange level that I didn't understand even at the time, because he saw the actual video. I don't know if you saw the actual video.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's rough that shit happens to anybody, and I guess we need to get to a point in the world where, man, none of it's worth shooting somebody in front of a crowd of people over.
No.
Yeah, we can all disagree, shit, but it's just ridiculous that it comes to that on any level. And we lived through, or we didn't live through, but our parents lived through a bunch of this kind of stupid shit in the 60s. We got 2 Kennedys and Martin Luther King there in a few years span, but then overall, this hasn't been a thing until maybe the last 5 or 10 years or something, or maybe really
the
last.
Charlie also had a comment where he thought that Martin Luther King was a pretty foul person.
Yeah,
I mean, so, but
I mean, opinions vary.
Exactly, I'm with you because
somebody I think Squeaky Frome took a shot at Gerald Ford, but she was just crazy and looking for attention. And then the guy took a shot at Reagan, but I think he was just crazy. That wasn't politically motivated.
Well, and JFK was killed by our own government, right?
Yeah, I mean, come on, it was a mafia. It was a mafia thing, something. So
CIA,
whatever, CIA. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it's just in summary. I guess whether you subscribe to Charlie Kirk or not, or whether you agree with Charlie Kirk or not, it's kind of the dumbest shit in the world to gun somebody down in front of their family. And I don't know. It was pretty rough stuff. I'm not here to judge Charlie Kirk's life, but I hated that somebody took it from him,
Yep.
Anyway, on another note, I'm going to Fort Wayne, Indiana this weekend.
On purpose.
Yeah, buddy. On purpose. To a big old reptile show. I'm going to go sell all my little snakies that I had. I hope I'm going to go sell all my little snakies.
You got some really pretty ones in there. You got some really good.
I got up at 10 o'clock this morning. Crack of 10. And started packing snakes, and I've been packing snakes all day long. I've got the truck loaded, all the snakes boxed up in the kitchen. In the morning, I'm going to get up, point my truck towards good old Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I'm going to be there, right or wrong, for the whole damn weekend.
Oh, you're spending the whole weekend.
Yeah, boy. It's going to be big fun.
Oh,
hope there's a good...
What's a nightlife scene?
Oh, buddy, I don't know.
Can you get a steak?
I hope. I need to start looking now for a good steak in Fort Wayne. There has to be one somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah.
All right. Anything exciting going on? Got a question? Anything good?
I've got... this weekend, I'm actually going to Red River Gorge for...
That sounds way more fun than what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think it is. We're actually going to do that. They have a cave kayaking. That's they have like
fun.
Lights set up and black lights, and you can see the fish down in the water and all that. So
I can see now that my life choices were not as good as yours.
Yeah. So that's my plan this weekend. We got us a cool little cabin in the woods that we're going to spend the night. So. Yeah, hopefully we don't have that kind of result. Hopefully we just go down, enjoy our kayaks, make some s'mores, and do whatever you do in the woods.
You want to find a Bigfoot?
I'd love to find a Bigfoot.
Jackson and one of his buddies wanted me to take him Bigfoot hunting one night, and I took him out in the middle of fucking nowhere, out in Round County, and just put him out of the car.
Like the Lakiji trip, huh?
Yeah. Just put him out and said, go have fun. That was good times. I wonder if Jackson remembers that. I hope that's core memory for him.
You're babysitting.
Yeah. Hey, I was given this question by one of the girls that works for me today, and she said, "Hey, I got a really good question for your podcast." And I said, "Okay." I think I need to edit it a little bit though. But anyway, here goes. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one at you. I got to think about how I want to phrase it as I phrase it. If tomorrow you fell off your front porch, let's say, whatever, hit your head, you got amnesia. You're in a coma for a week. You wake up and you don't know who the fuck anybody is or what you're... I don't know how amnesia works, but let's say for practical sake, you don't know who anybody is, but you still know 2 + 2 is 4. But,
Gotcha.
But you don't know anything about your life or who anybody in your life is. How would you, or what would be the thing that you would want to learn about first? Who would you want to see first, and what do you want to learn about first? And I guess the obvious, to me, I'll let you go.
Yeah, to me, the obvious thing is that I want to figure out a way to get back or try to figure out something for the family. Yeah. And Dixie and the kids and parent. That would be the thing that, honestly, as you were describing it, I was putting myself in that place, and I was kind of getting emotional in my head of going, God, how fucking awful would that be? And people go through that all the time, right? You know,
Well, I don't know. As she asked me that, is amnesia is that a thing that people just wake up with? I mean, you hear about it on TV and shit, but do you ever know anybody in real life that got amnesia?
I personally have never met anyone that has amnesia.
I wondered if it was after I started thinking about it. I wondered, is that one of those things they just talk about on TV but doesn't really ever happen?
I think it does with like head injuries and trauma, and like especially car accidents or something.
You wake up and you only speak Spanish now, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
But I've heard, I have heard of people having, maybe a little bit of short-term amnesia or something, to where, maybe there's some blood, or maybe I'm just talking out of my ass, but I do feel like it's a real thing. I don't know how common, but I would say it's probably more common than we'd like to think.
Yeah. I was trying to get the 30-second here. I guess it's very broad. It could be that you just don't remember what happened last week, or you don't remember what happened your whole life.
I think that's what it is. Maybe your short-term memory is gone for a little bit, and you remember long, or you lose your long-term, but you can remember.
Yeah, man, that'd be fucked up. Like, the way she posed it to me originally was, how would you want me to tell you who we are? What would you want me to say? Hey, we're old fraternity buddies and we have a podcast together, or, or whatever. Like, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Amnesia is one of those things that I don't know if you wake up and you don't know what 2 + 2 is, or if you don't know where you live, or if you don't know who you are. Like, you see movies or whatever about people just walking around in the city, don't know who the fuck they are or where the fuck they got here.
Yeah.
They're just walking around. But do they know what a car is? Do they know,
I think it depends more than likely on which part of the brain gets affected.
Yeah.
Where that trauma goes to. So, because, different memories and different things are in different stuff is in different parts, right? So if you get hit in the front, it's the frontal lobe and it's blah, blah, blah. It's
okay, wait a minute. Here's one. You wake up, you got amnesia, but you know your family. Okay, you know Dixie, but you don't really understand your socioeconomic situation. You don't understand what you do for a living. You don't understand any of that bullshit. Do you try to learn over real estate, or do you just try to build a completely new life? Do you try to get your old life back, or do you try to just say, fuck it, we'll start over?
Yeah. And I think a lot of that would have to do with what your financial position that you're in. Is that already set up? But if we looked at it from a strictly money's fine, you got to do something, but for the most part, money is fine. And God, I think I would probably want to, I don't know what I would do. I don't know what that next thing would be or whatever, but I think I would probably want to take that opportunity to go, things can change really quick.
Yeah.
I'm going to get lucky in this one instance here. I somehow got lucky.
I got a do-over.
And I got a do-over. What am I going to do? I feel like I'm going to do something that is going to be more in line with the things that are not that
I don't know. You might become so obsessed with getting back to what you used to have.
Yeah, because I'm pretty much like that as well. I can see that.
Right, yeah.
Like, I did that. Well, fine. Let me just show you I can do that again.
I can still do that. Yeah. No, I can still do that shit. I don't know. Oh, speaking of real estate, off topic here. My ex-wife called me today, told me that she talked to you and she's going to try to get a real estate license. She's brought it up to me a couple different times, and I think Jamie would be good at that. I do.
And that's what I told her, because she was really scared, and I was like, "Listen, I think you'll be fantastic at it, and if you ever decide to do it, I will hold your hand throughout till you get to the point of to be successful."
Well, she bought some kind of class or something.
Yep. After we talked there the other day, I said, "Well, just remind me and I'll send you the links." And sure enough, she did. The next day, she reminded me and I sent her the links. And so I saw her post something on Facebook, and it was very cryptic.
Yeah.
But I knew what she was talking about. I was like,
shit, that's
really cool.
I guess I didn't think about that. I might not have been supposed to say that. But anyway, I think she's going to do it. And I really do believe Jamie will be good at that. She loves to talk to people. She's very outgoing.
Well, and she has, like her and I were talking, is she's got the right mindset to where she doesn't think, oh, I get my license and then I suddenly sell 70 homes.
Yeah, no.
And she has really, because of the way you all have done things, she's got really good work ethic.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that.
Well, I'll tell you what else she has. She has income, so she won't need that. Yeah. You know, well, she'll be able to start slow, is what I'm saying. Yeah. You know, she's okay, so she'll be able to start slow, and if it don't work out real quick for her, she'll be all right. Still, she'll have the comfort level or the financial comfort of not being super stressed about it all the time.
And that's one of the things that I talked to her about briefly was just because of where she's at and you know, the agreement that you all have got. That's almost perfect for her because she doesn't have to get so desperate to start with that she can do it to truly from the perspective of learning and not be chasing money. Yeah.
Yeah, she can do it just because she likes to learn things. Jamie's a very good researcher. She's good at all kinds of things.
And by the time that ends, she should be in really good shape if she wants to continue on with it.
Yeah, and I'm going to get my auctioneer's license, damn it.
Well, see, the funny thing is, let's see who's going to do that first.
No, she'll beat me.
You think she'll
she'll beat me.
You did do your education about 6 months ago.
She'll beat me. No, it's the damnedest thing. I didn't finish it, and if you don't finish it, you got to start over. Sons of bitches.
Get you.
I know, they get you. They won't let you pick up where you left off either. You got to start over at the beginning.
But, I mean, you are kind of learning something that, you know, you're dealing with a lot of people's money and
yeah,
a lot of legalities. I mean,
it's all ethics.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's all real estate is, too.
Good portion of it, yep.
Yeah, how to write a contract and how to not fuck people.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea not to fuck people. So anyway, back to Amnesia. You want to learn about your family, of course, first, and then you may chase a different thing than you've chased in the past.
I think I would redirect my life more towards about the things that are most important.
But you don't know what things are most important. You have to depend on Dixie to tell you what's most important.
Yeah. If I lose my love of the beach, I may just go, fuck it, just go ahead and take me out.
You're going to be a snake hunter. You're
taking me out in the woods.
You're going to be out in the swamps. Yep, fuck that beach. You're going to be out in the swamp. I'm going to convince you it was what you always loved.
This was my dream.
This was your dream, man.
To travel with Jarrod. It
was your dream to hunt alligators and shit. Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be too much fun.
How did you respond to that whenever that was kind of thrown to you?
I didn't.
Without getting too specific.
No, I didn't. I just let it go. I mean, obviously the first thing that anybody wants to know is tell me who my kids are. Tell me how we got here. Yeah. You know, I don't know. I'd be subject to, I think I would want to get back. I'd want to reclaim what I had, but then I think my motivations would be different, maybe. So I don't know that I would stay where I'm at. Yeah, I don't know. It's real fucked up. Anyway, you want to know your kids, you want to know your dog. Got a new Franklin. Yeah. I guess I'm big on how I got here. I want to know how to get here, and how do I get out if I need to. But I don't know that I would be. Like you, I don't know that I would be confined to what I do.
Yeah.
Now, I would probably be obsessed with getting back to quote unquote normal because I'm very task oriented. And if you tell me that getting back to normal is a task that I need to accomplish, I'll beat that to death.
Yeah.
But gosh, I don't know. I feel like so much of who somebody is starts with their memories and their viewpoints on their memories and their. So if you take all that away, are you who you are?
No, I don't.
You're just
think
walking
so.
Around.
If you don't have your memories and you don't have kind of what built you, and you're just starting from scratch as an adult.
I don't like the name Jarrod anymore. I'm somebody different. I'm Edgar.
What would your new name be?
Gosh, I don't know. I got so many names, man. I make up names all the time for people. You probably know this about me. Almost every I have all kinds of weird taxidermy, and they all have names.
Yeah.
But so I'll get a random picture of an old dude or something hanging on the wall and say, "Oh, that's Uncle Edgar." Edgar's a big one. I use that one a lot. I don't know why.
Edgar's your go-to.
Edgar's go-to a lot. I've got 2 Elans. Their names are Nigel and Lamont. I've got some other kind of fucking weird stuffed deer. His name's Larry. You know, I've got a wildebeest named Willie. Yeah. It's just, you know, I don't know.
You have the turtle named Richard because he's a dick.
Yeah, my turtle's name's Richard. He's a dick. You know, I don't know. I don't know what name I'd pick for myself. If I just do you have a name that you use for generic motherfucker? I guess, you know, like if you're saying old Billy Bob over there, you know, if you're not talking about anybody in specific is there a name you use all the time?
No, and one of the things I do a lot is like, hey brother, or man, or something like that. But I don't have like that's old Johnny Bob or whatever. That's not something I've ever done. I hear you do it all the time.
Yeah, I say Geronimo Dickhead a lot.
Geronimo Dickhead.
Yeah, that's old Geronimo Dickhead or whatever, you know. And I just use that in name in place of just a generic person, you know. Yeah. If I buy this and then I sell it to Geronimo Dickhead for $10 or whatever, it's like reading in a math book. Billy buys this, sells it to Bobby, you know, whatever.
To Geronimo Dickhead for $10.
I use that. I don't know where that came from. I really don't know where that came from. I use a lot of those kind of things. I call a lot of people, and it's funny because I do it sometimes in very professional settings, and it's funny watching people react to it. And I can't think of anybody that's ever got mad over it, but I call a lot of people puss. What are you doing, puss? I don't know why.
That is funny because I have known other people that do that all the time.
Yeah, I don't even know where it come from.
I had a client one time that did that.
Yeah, people call me. I'll answer the phone and say, "What are you doing, puss?" You know, and I don't think anything about it at all. I don't mean anything by it.
Yeah, it's your version of, "Hey brother, what's up?"
Yeah. Hey man, what's up? There's probably all kinds of other stuff I call people. I use colorful names for everybody.
The puss.
One of the agents I deal with at the convention, he thought that he was the only person I called puss, and he heard me call somebody else puss one time, and he was offended by it. He said, "I'm puss, damn it!" And I got another agent that I call fuckerhead. I use that one a lot too. Sorry, Neri, I do use that a lot. You're not the only fuckerhead. I don't know. So
you're very loving with your names.
Yeah, they're all
Geronimo Dickhead.
Yeah, they're all terms of endearment.
It's hard to be loved by Jerry.
Yeah. My kids tell you that, I'm sure. Yeah. But seriously, my dad's kind of the same way. On A Christmas Story, he was talking about the movie A Christmas Story. Ralphie was talking about his dad, you know, weaving a blanket with cuss words or whatever. And my dad was kind of like that. You know, I grew up in a house where "you little dickhead" was a term of endearment.
Yep.
So I don't know. It's honestly, it's a bad habit of mine, and I have trouble turning it off even. But I curse too much. I know it. I used to be very good at turning it off, but not so much anymore.
So I don't know if I told you about this or not, but I had a client. And I'm the same way. I'm pretty free with the old foul language.
Yeah.
But I have learned through sales and different things like that and being in professional environments, I've learned how to turn that off in the right times. Yeah. And I had a client say, "Ron, we're really sorry. Are you really super religious?" And I didn't know where they were going with this. So I'm just like, I just paused. I'm like, I don't, because anytime somebody asks you that, it's a difficult question to answer.
Yeah.
So I was just like, well, not really. And they're like, oh, thank God. Last time we were here, I said fuck like 3 times. And, you know, and we just didn't want to offend you. And, you know, and my response was like, no, say whatever the fuck you want. And they're like, okay, all right, now we're good. Yeah. I was like, but
I have come to know, because the people that are around me and the people in my circle tell me all the time, I'm really bad to do it in meetings. If I'm uncomfortable or whatever, or if I get mad, I will just speak very freely in like round table. Like we go down to Lexington and we do these big round table meetings at the convention center with every department from the convention center. We'll have somebody represented, and I'm just there going through what has to happen. And man, I forget. I forget where I'm at or whatever. I'm just like. And usually I'll do it in the first 10 seconds, and I'll say, guys, I speak pretty plainly. I'm going to apologize ahead of time.
I'm a simple man.
I'm a simple feller. Here it is. Yeah. Yeah. If you can't handle that, you're better off going to the shit house now because it don't get no fucking better than this.
That's the top of the chain.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, so you don't want to be Ryan anymore? You want to do something different?
I don't mind my name. I've never been one of those that's been upset with the name or whatever. That works for me.
Yeah, you don't care if I call you Puss, do you?
You call me whatever you feel like you need to.
All right, baby. All right, you got a question? What is it?
Well, I actually had a couple different questions that I came in with, but
we'll take them all.
I'm going to go back to because you mentioned something about it a little bit earlier. So one of the questions actually was about that.
Okay.
So the question is there well, it's not necessarily specific to that because you'd mentioned the Loch Ness or something, or not Loch Ness, but the drop the kids off to go look for Bigfoot.
Yeah.
So my question is there a unknown phenomenon or something like Bigfoot or whatever that you really would be interested in getting to the bottom of it and like somehow learn all the secrets and mysteries of it?
Okay, first off.
And it could be a conspiracy theory. It could be anything that you think about from time to time that you're like, I really want to know all the details about that.
Okay, this is not my answer. It has very little to do with my answer. I'll get to my answer in just a second. But did you see in the news the other day, somebody went to the Congress, called these generals up in front of them to talk about some other random shit. And in an effort to not answer the questions they were supposed to be there answering, one of them said, hey, we brought a video of a fucking UFO.
Really?
And they showed it in open public hearing. And it was a UFO skimming across the top of the ocean at Mach damn it. I don't know what the fucking... Anyway, they shot it with a Hellfire missile. It splits into 4 pieces and keeps going on the same trajectory it was.
Wow.
And the missile just kind of deflected off of it.
Went off. And this was like, oh, we got you. It split off.
And the Congress people interviewing him were like, some Congress lady said, does this video frighten you? And the general said, terrifies me. Terrifies me. But they successfully diverted whatever they were supposed to be talking about. Anyway, so aliens out there, folks.
Yeah.
Or something is. Aquaman. I don't know who it was. Somebody. But anyway, of course, being from where I'm from, I want to know all about the Mothman or Bigfoot. Either one. I want to be the Bigfoot expert or the Mothman expert. There's already one of each. There's probably 20 Bigfoot experts.
Yeah.
Probably 200 of them. The best thing in the world, though, is down around Red River Gorge, there's a group that once a year they have an annual Bigfoot hunt.
Really?
Okay. They charge you $150. I don't know how much.
Yeah.
To come down there and camp and go hunt Bigfoot with them. That's the best motherfucking gimmick
I want that.
I have ever seen in my life. Wow. But if I was a Bigfoot expert, if I knew all the shit about Bigfoot, all the secrets, I could charge like $500. Because I'd know where he lived.
Yeah, you'd be setting up dinner parties.
Yeah. Fucking Bigfoot's going to join us at $7.55 right here.
He's making a cameo. Give me another $500.
How much money could you make off that?
Oh, I think you're just printing it.
Yeah. Definitely. So yeah, definitely Bigfoot. I mean, Mothman. I own a store in West Virginia. Mothman's a big thing there.
Yeah.
I didn't really get it, but man, it is. I've got a life-size Mothman in the store up there, carved out of wood. Man, somebody took a chainsaw and carved a fucking Mothman out of it, and that seemed like the sort of thing I should buy. So I did at a flea market one day. Like,
was it the dude that carves all the other cool pieces?
It's not
of
the one
from
around here. That's I know that guy. I bought shit from him too.
Yeah,
I'm a sucker for a good chainsaw carving.
I got a couple. I got like a jack, and I think I have a like a gnome, demonic gnome kind of deal.
Yeah,
a couple different things.
Yeah, a roaming gnome.
Yep.
But anyway, definitely, I want to learn all about Bigfoot. I was obsessed with Bigfoot when I was a kid. I don't know why. Like 3rd, 4th grade, school library, they got books on Bigfoots. I'm reading that shit.
Yeah.
I bet the grade school I went to, Pritchard Elementary, I bet they had a grand total of 8 books on Bigfoot, and I bet I looked at the pictures in all 8 of them.
That's pretty impressive.
Probably didn't read a fucking bit of it, but I did look at the pictures.
So you didn't learn anything, but you sure did get some cool pictures.
There's no segue here. This is just how my mind works.
Okay, squirrel.
Okay. Yeah, squirrel. Did I talk to you about the storage unit I got with all the pictures of girls in it yet? Evidently not. You remember this kind of shit. I bought a storage unit not too long ago. Had some comics and shit in it. Inside the storage unit, we found no less than 7,000 pictures of grandma's titties.
Grandmas.
Well, they're grandmas now. They were taken in. These were pictures taken of younger girls in the 70s. So they're somebody's grandmas now.
Yeah. So these were adult.
Yeah. They're 25 to 35-year-old women.
That's wild.
In the pictures.
So some 70s porn.
It's weird though. It's weird though because some of them you could tell were not taken exactly with the girl's knowledge. And we found this shit in a storage unit. And as we're going through it, it's like, ooh, grandma's titties. And ooh, that one's a bit creepy. Oh, that one's way creepy. So anyway, they keep getting creepier and creepier. Anyway, we found a fucking missing poster of a girl who was missing from somewhere up in New Jersey in this locker. And I thought, that's a weird thing to have in a storage locker. Why would you have a missing poster for this girl in a storage locker? Anyway, this woman's never been found. So I'm considering out there in podcast land, should I call the police department where this girl was missing and say, hey, was this guy ever a suspect?
That's interesting. And, well, hell, especially
what duty do I have here, Ryan? Do I have a moral obligation to try to follow up and see if this... Because this is creepy. I mean, the lock, without the missing poster, some of the pictures in there were a little creepy.
Like a little voyeur stalking kind of...
Like some of them were obviously taken out of a window with blinds on the side, and they're like maybe this guy's sister and her friend or some shit or whatever out in the yard sunbathing, or there's a whole series of pictures of a girl who's very drunk. You can tell in the I don't know how you can tell in a picture a girl's drunk, but trust me, this girl was shitty. And eventually her tit falls out, and there's pictures of that, and it's just very weird, man. And you find that stuff in a storage locker, you go, okay, yeah.
That's where if you were a killer, that would be.
That's where you'd put the shit.
Or underneath in the crawl space.
And also, I know the guy that I bought the storage locker from, and I don't really know him. He's an on-again, off-again customer at my store. I only know him in that context. And I know him well enough to know he's a weird dude anyway.
Was he old enough to where he could have been the one taking these photos?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he's in his 60s probably, and he's still very weird.
So, and the pictures were from like the 50s, 70s?
From like the 70s probably. Yeah, 70s, early 80s.
So
late 70s, early 80s.
He would have been like late teen, early 20s?
Yeah, he'd have been in his 20s in that time probably.
Ooh. Did you see any other trophies in there? Quote-unquote trophies.
Like, I don't think there was any underwear or anything like that. No teeth.
No rings.
There was some jewelry. Never thought about that. Hold on a second. I'm going to tell you when this girl went missing. I have a copy of the wanted poster on my phone, or the missing poster on my phone here.
But who keeps a wanted poster? I mean, that seems like a trophy to me.
See, it's this girl went missing in 1994. I'll show it to you. I'm not going to show it on the podcast because I don't.
Wow.
But anyway, why do you keep that in your storage locker? Anyway, it weirded me out a little bit. I don't even know how we got here. Oh, we were talking about cryptids, and this guy that owned his storage locker is definitely a cryptid. He's definitely cryptic. But anyway, I don't know. It's a quandary for me. I don't know if I should follow up on that or not. But we did Google the girl from the missing poster. She was never found. Her body was never found. She's still technically missing. But her body was not in the storage locker. I'll tell you that.
Well, that's a plus. Yeah. I mean, so the guy's come into your spot several times. Is this guy? Was this a storage container that he acquired?
No.
Sounds like he's a flipper kind of dude.
No. It was his personal storage locker. Get this. I love these stories. that wanted poster was from 1994. Anyway, that he rented in 1994, he told me. Because when he was talking about it, I said, oh, that's the year I graduated high school. You know, he rented that locker in 1994, and he'd been paying rent on it $100 a month since 1994. Or actually, he said it was $1,000 a year. So he's got, $30,000 in rent in the damn thing. And he sold me the locker for $1,000. Let this be a lesson for all you people who have shit in a storage locker. It's a crime. Storage lockers are a crime perpetrated against people. I hate to say it this way, perpetrated against poor people. Because they convince you that it's a good short-term thing. It's like exercise equipment.
Yeah.
They convince you it's a good idea. Oh, just get a storage unit. Put your shit in there. Next thing you know, 30 years have gone by. You've paid them $30,000 to store $300 worth of shit.
Yeah.
I've seen it 100 times.
I think it speaks a lot to us as society is that, most people that have a storage have some type of domicile, right? Some type of home, or they have an apartment, something.
Yeah.
And you've got so much shit that you want to put it in, you're going to pay somebody to keep your shit that you're not even going to use just to keep the shit.
Yeah. See it every day.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I want to get in that business. I do. I really want in that business. But I don't know. I don't understand it a lot of times. Probably if you took a survey of 100 people around here, I bet 30% of them have a storage unit.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's crazy. But anyway, the moral of the story is if you killed a girl in 1994, don't keep a missing poster over in your storage unit because I will rat your ass out.
Yep. Because
that's probably what I'm going to do. I'll give you an update on this later in life.
Yep. I am anxious to hear how this turns out because I feel like there's got to be some more to this story.
No, I'm going to do some research before I say who this girl is because I don't want.
Yeah. Let's. We're not smartless, so it's not millions of people. It's going to be firing out to
right,
where we can bring this girl home.
Yeah, but also, I don't want this dude that owned his storage locker to sue me if he just was into collecting missing posters.
Yep. Yeah. Even though that's the only missing poster he had.
Yeah. Had a picture of a pretty girl on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, and I guess this was a thing in the 80s or in the 90s. He also wrote a bunch of letters to random celebrities, and they would send it. He had
tons to get pictures,
tons of envelopes with glossy 8x10s with fake autographs on them and shit like that, where they'd mail them back to him, and he'd send them a check for $8, and they'd send him
they're just stamping them with the signature.
Send a self-addressed stamped envelope and a check for $8 to P.O. Box 249.
Yeah,
and get an autographed picture of
Mr. Cartooner.
Yeah. Fuck. Speaking of Mr. Cartoon, I tried to buy an autographed picture of Mr. Cartoon the other day. And I wanted $100 for it.
You're just getting violated all the way around with the old cartoon.
I wanted that, man. I wanted that real bad, but I couldn't make myself pay $100 for it. 100 seems steep for Mr. Cartoon. I can get Bill Shatner for $80. Mr. Cartoon shouldn't be 100, No. He is dead, I guess.
Yeah, there's not any more signatures flying out on there, but hell, God, there's autographed cards, like professional athletes you wouldn't get $100.
Here's one I need your opinion on. Okay, so let's say there's a professional golfer. This is a true story, but I'm not going to tell too much information because I'm still not going to pass. I'm still not passing on this deal. I have passed tentatively, but I might go back to it. Let's say there's a professional golfer. Let's say it's fucking Tiger Woods. It's not. It's not Tiger Woods. But of his era, 20 years ago or 30 years ago, he was probably the Tiger Woods of his era. So I had a guy offer me 17 letters that were found in a house in Huntington, West Virginia, from this professional golfer to his mistress, who lived in Huntington, West Virginia. And this golfer was happily married. He was a PGA golfer. And every letter was on a piece of stationery from a golf club around the country. Like one of them was from Augusta. here playing at the Masters this weekend. Just wanted to check on you, my love. Going to divorce the wife soon. Hoping you and I can make a life together. You know, that kind of shit. Every one of them's totally fucking salacious and cool as shit. They're all signed. They're all authenticatable because you can authenticate the signature at the bottom of every one of them. Do I need those in my life? And how bad do I need them in my life? And are those more valuable than, say you had a golf club signed by Tiger Woods. Is this letter written to a mistress more valuable than a golf club signed by Tiger Woods?
I'd have to know who the person was.
Okay, fuck it. It's Sam Snead. You know who that is?
I do know who Sam Snead is. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you could get that authenticated,
lots of them are from the Greenbrier. Lots of them are from one of them's from Augusta. Lots of them are from the Boca Raton Golf Club.
I'd have to look it up, but I also believe I want to think that he was a golf pro.
I think at the Greenbrier.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
that's how he met this woman.
Yeah. I would think if you could get those authenticated and then get them framed and have them in a series. I have no clue because that's not my world. I don't know what they're worth, but I feel like that would be pretty interesting. That would, it's almost like, well, what about if you could get the golf club that went through Tiger Woods' car? Is that worth more than a signed?
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing.
So here's where we're at. You can
Sam Snead's. I mean, he's been gone quite a while, so it's not like you're fucking with his family or anything like that.
Right. You can buy a straight up Sam Snead autograph authenticated on eBay for between $30 and $350. Okay, $350 is top of the line, cool golf club or a golf cleat or something on something cool, authenticated. Guy wants $385 a piece for these if I take them all 17. So it's like $6,500.
That's steep.
It's a top end, yeah. Like he wants dead retailing, but they're so fucking cool.
They're very cool.
That I want them real bad. I offered him $6,000 for it. Okay, so the way this started, this is the way these deals always go, and I guess I was a little too cocky on this deal. I asked the guy, I said, what do you want for him? He said, I want $10,000 for him. I said, I can't pay $10,000. So I let him cook for 30 minutes. I said, nah, what do you really want for these things? He said, well, since it's you, I'll take $9. I said, let me give you $6. He said, nah, I couldn't do that. Day goes on. Day keeps going. Comes to me, he says, I'll tell you what, I'll take $7,500 for him. Nah, I'll give $6. And I even told my kid, I said, I'll own those for the end of the day. As I was packing my truck to leave, he comes to me and says, I'll take $6,500. That's the bottom. I said, nah, I'll give you $6. He let me leave. And I respect this guy so much now that I want to pay him the $65. Because
the principal tax.
The principal tax. I've stood firm on this for so much. I can't cave in. I can't cave in on it, but I totally respect this dude for sticking his gun at 65.
But the thing is, who else is he gonna fucking sell?
Nobody. And he has to realize that I'm the only fucking sucker in Ashland, Kentucky that's gonna pay $6,000 for a bunch of fucking love letters.
Yeah, because I mean, you watch the Pawn show, right?
Yeah.
The amount of shit that they turn away that he says flat out, that's freaking amazing. That is cool as shit.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. Thank you so much for bringing it in. I'll give you $1,000, and they're like, no, I'm really stuck at 15. Man, thanks for bringing it in.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
And that was kind of me. I was
because I think even the 6 is probably generous because I mean,
it is.
How do you unload it?
That's the top. Well, what you have to do is authenticate every one of them, and you have to start selling them the shittiest one first, like the least salacious one first. One a year at auction or something like that. I think is all you can do. You can't put them all on the market at the same time.
Well, then what do you got to sell those for to actually make it make sense financially, though?
what I would want to do, because I'm me and I'm weird and I really like them, is I'd want to sell 15 of them and get my money back and keep the 2 best ones.
Gotcha.
Does that make any sense?
But
that's a horrible deal.
But
I know.
You would have to sell
cool
the 15 of them for like $500, right?
Yeah.
Piece to be able to get that.
Yeah, $400 a piece.
But is that taken into consideration the storage time?
No. It's
that's what I said. You'd have to sell them for $500 or $600 a piece.
It's strictly a cool factor deal.
Because what's it cost to actually authenticate each one of them?
I'd be another $500 in getting them all authenticated, probably.
For the 17 of them. So, what, $50 a piece, something like that?
Like $35 a piece or something like that.
So, I mean, now you're up. So you got another 500. Now you got 6,500 in it.
Yep.
Then you got,
That's why I wanted to give 6.
Yeah.
I wanted to be less than 65 all in.
And that's got to be strictly a gut call.
Oh, it is, because it's one of those things that you don't know when you put it up on an auction block. If you send it to Heritage Auctions on an auction block, you don't know if it's going to bring $40 or $40,000.
Yep. And that's one of those things that is exactly like that, right?
Especially when you sell the first one. Now, the rest of them have actually, probably the smart money is to sell the best one first.
Yeah.
Because then you have auction records. Look what these things bring.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just something I wanted really bad just because it's so cool. It's like, you're not going to find those again.
No, and especially if you can get them authenticated and they're actually legit, real. The easy thing, too, is I'm sure they're probably dated, right?
Yeah.
So you can literally go and do research on each single one and go, oh,
hell,
well,
one or
he
two
was
of
playing
them,
there.
One or two of them had his golf scorecard from the day in it. Fucking cool as shit.
Wow.
The Augusta letter is like, it's raining today, but I think we're going to get to play tomorrow or some shit. I don't. So now whenever you, like something like that, would you frame and do all that? Yeah, probably.
Well, then now you got another $150, right?
Yeah.
You have to frame it and mat it and put it in a situation where it would bring the most.
Yeah. One of them literally says, don't be dramatic and throw yourself off a building. I promise I'm going to divorce her soon.
Oh, my God. Sam.
It's fucking great.
Sam.
Yeah.
Working it. I wonder if he ever did get with that girl.
I don't know. Anyway, let this be a cautionary tale. If you send love letters through the mail to your mistress, she's going to keep them. She's going to die. Her housekeeper's going to get them, sell them to some fucking sports card collector. He's going to put them out on the market, and eventually the whole fucking world's going to know you are having a damn affair with a weird woman.
Yep, because that's what text, and that's the old school text.
Yep,
writing your letter.
Yep, your boy.
I think it's wild that he used the stationery,
for
wherever he was at.
Clubs. Yeah,
he wasn't even trying to hide it.
Nope, not a bit. Well, anyway. You got anything else, Ryan?
I think that's good enough.
My food's going to be here soon.
I am happy with Sam Snead. That was a good.
Now I got to go buy that shit before this podcast airs because somebody else will fucking want them.
Yeah, somebody out there is going to think that's really. It is cool.
I should send him a text and say $62.50. Final offer.
Everybody walks away happy.
Yeah. All right. See you, buddy.
Later. And just like that, another episode of Two Guys, Two Questions is in the books.
We laughed. We learned. Well, we mostly just laughed.
Yeah, and if you made it this far, congratulations. You now have random knowledge you never asked for.
You're welcome.
Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and leave a 5-star review. Or don't, but just know if you don't, we're bringing back the squeaky toys.
Oh, it's coming back either way.
Until next time, same two guys, two questions, and absolutely no idea what we're doing.
Perfect.